Hey, welcome back. So this video, we're going to be talking about how much home can you afford to own. That's a great place to start. So let's get into it. All right, you've probably heard it said, pre-approval is the first place to start when you are thinking about buying a home. And I would say wrong, that is not the first step. The first step really has got to be, you've got to figure out what's right for you as far as how much home can you afford to own. So let me give you a few things to think about when you are thinking you want to buy a home. First of all, how much money do you have in the bank? Sounds pretty obvious. I don't know, Joe, not nearly enough. How much does it cost? Well, first of all, I've got another video that will help you understand how much it actually costs to purchase the home. For now, suffice it to say, you're probably going to want to have around 6% of the cost of the home in the bank for the purchase of the home, okay? I'm gonna go into that in a whole lot more detail in that other video, so make sure you stay tuned. Watch this one to the end and I'll give you the link to that video. But let's just say 6% to use as a round number. So then if you wanna buy a home that's $300,000, let's say 6%, that's $18,000. So that would be how much you need to purchase the home with. Now, if you're afraid of that number, I've also got a video about what do you do if that cash sounds way too high, and what do you do if you're short on cash. So don't stress out for now, but let's just use that for a round number. Let's say you want to buy a $300,000 home and it's going to cost you $18,000 in cash. You would need that to be in the bank first. But the point of this video isn't how much does it cost to buy, but it's how much can you afford, okay? So here's why I bring that up. Sure, you've got the, we'll call it $18,000 for the purchase, but I would also argue that point number one is you need to have an additional emergency fund in the bank of 3 to 6 months of your personal expenses, okay? Now, that will also include the mortgage payment that you're about to have when you purchase, okay? So let's say your mortgage payment is gonna be $1,500 a month, you got a car payment, you got groceries, you've got a shopping budget, you've got cell phone bill, all of your bills combined. I'm gonna argue that you wanna save up, in addition to your cash to close dollar amount for the down payment and that, you're gonna want an additional 3 to 6 months of expenses in the bank in savings. Now, some people will also tell you to go pay off all of your consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, anything like that that you got. I think that is a great step, and that would be my point number two, is to get your debts in line. However, personally, I'm not going to tell you that you have to do all of those things in order to buy a home. Okay? You've got to decide what's right for you. The question is, how much home can you afford? And essentially it's going to come down to what's the entirety of your financial picture look like and how much risk are you okay with taking on? So point number two being get your debts in line. That would just simply be what's your monthly payment? How much do you make a month in income? And how comfortable are you taking on a new mortgage when you've still got those debt payments? Maybe you've got a $100 minimum on your credit card payment that you have been trying to pay off. Maybe you've got $200, $300 on that car loan, something like this. If you can wait a little bit on buying your home, yeah, I'm a realtor and I just told you to wait on buying a home. But if you can wait a month or two to make your home purchase and pay off a bunch of those bills, I absolutely would recommend it. Okay, it'll put you in a safer position so that if you were in between jobs, or if you had a hardship, if your car transmission goes out or something, at least that way you would have less risk of not being able to afford your mortgage payment if you've got those other debts removed, okay? Personally, if it's something like student loans and you're gonna be paying on them for the next 10 years and the payments are fairly minimal, I'm probably not gonna tell you to hold off buying a home for 10 years until you got those debts gone. But some financial advisors will absolutely do that. And they have great advice for you too. I'm a mere realtor. I can't give you that type of financial advice. All I'm saying is take a look at your debt payments and see how much you can comfortably afford, okay? Then the last thing is, let's talk about a little bit of numbers. Really, my point number three is gonna be get yourself a budget, but look at your income, look at your expenses every month, see how much money is left over, and then I want you to decide what's the right amount for you that you can afford of what's left over. Let's say you make $5,000 a month and that you bring home, and you have $2,000 worth of bills every month outside of your mortgage payment. So then that would leave you with $3,000 left over. I'm gonna argue that you should probably spend only maybe about 75% of what's left over on your mortgage payment. And that would be pretty aggressive. Some would say even less, maybe 50%. But let's say you have $5,000 coming in a month. In other bills, you've got $2,000 with health insurance and everything else. So then you've got $3,000 left over. You can then decide maybe you want to be more conservative and say, okay, we're going to stick to 50% of that $3,000. That's what we're comfortable with for our mortgage payment. Then for you, maybe a mortgage payment would be $1,500 a month and no more. That would be your limit to what you feel comfortable being able to afford. Okay. If you really want to push that, maybe you go to 75% of that $3,000, or maybe you even want to be more conservative and you want to stick it to 30% or what have you. And there isn't a right or wrong answer. There's just simply that you need to think about what can you afford comfortably and not look at how much home do you want to buy. Okay, that's the entire point of this. Is clients come to me all the time. They're like, hey Joe, I want to buy a $350,000 house. I'm like, cool, let's do it. How'd you come up with that number? They're like, well, I was looking on Zillow and that's the house that I want to buy. It cost me $350,000, so let's spend $350,000. And I go, cool, how much do you make a month? And they say $40,000. I'm like, you're not buying a $350,000 house when you've got a $400 car payment and everything else. Ultimately, don't look at things backwards, starting with the home itself and deciding that's what you deserve to purchase. Start with it the other direction. How much money do you make a month? How much are your bills? And then how much of what's left over are you comfortable spending? Okay. And you do obviously want to have a little bit of buffer so that you're not spending every single dime just to make your mortgage payment. Because what happens when that transmission goes out? You need a little buffer in there to be putting money into savings and to be going on a vacation and to be donating money and philanthropic things. And you're going to have additional expenses come up. So you need to leave a buffer there. So that'll give you an idea of how much home you can afford. But now begs the question of, how much does it actually cost to buy a home? So I've got another video just like that that's going to answer that question for you. Please make sure and subscribe, click that little bell for notifications, and of course, click the link right here and I'll help you understand how much it actually costs to purchase that new home.